a traffic alert for you this morning. Parts of West Wendover Avenue in Greensboro are closed because of a crash that happened just before midnight. Police tell us all lanes of West Wendover Avenue are closed right now between Virginia Street and North Elm Street after that crash caused damage to utility lines. Crews are still out there on the scene working to clean up the mess. No word has been released on any injuries or what caused the crash, but please be aware if it is part of your morning drive, we will continue to keep you updated through our morning newscasts. Also this morning, Walnut Cove residents are being warned to boil their water before using it after a water leak. We're told the issue stems from the road and water main construction on Stokesburg Road. Officials say that leak has been fixed and it's a matter of time before everyone is back to their full water pressure. The boil water advisory was put in place yesterday and continues through today. The town is also welcoming people to pick up 1 case of bottled water per family for free from the Walnut Cove Fire Department. A community in Wilkes County is remembering a mother killed in a crash earlier this week. A prayer vigil was held at East Wilkes Middle School last night. State Highway Patrol says 29-year-old Augusta Hill was driving on Macedonia Church Road with her 2 children when a car collided into them. The mother died at the scene. Family members say her daughter JC is still in the hospital following the crash. Her son Jet has non-life-threatening injuries. The family is thanking everyone for the love and support, and they remain hopeful for a miracle.
I know we're from a small town and a small community, but you would think that it was a small community, but tonight I realized this community is much bigger than I ever thought it would be. It means the world to the family to know that we have this community behind us, supporting JC, rooting JC on.
And Smith has created JC Girls Strong, a social media page to share her road to recovery. State Highway Patrol says the driver who caused the crash is Joseph Wood from Rhonda. He now faces charges of misdemeanor death by vehicle and driving with a suspended license. A Lexington bakery is helping to raise money for a funeral for a 5-year-old girl. Gracie Langford died Tuesday morning, more than a year after she was severely injured in a crash that also killed an 8-year-old girl. Police say her mother, Amber Whitaker, was driving with 4 children on Fairview Drive last June when she crashed into a DOT truck. Gracie was paralyzed from the neck down from the crash. Her mother has since been charged with 2nd-degree murder and felony serious injury by motor vehicle. The Lexington business called Sinfully Delicious Custom Bakery has set up a donation box to collect money to help lay Langford to rest. The bakery is also donating 100% of the profit from all vanilla cupcake orders to the Davidson Funeral Home to help with those expenses. The Gracie Strong fundraiser runs through tomorrow. Now to your headlines in Washington. The government is less than 48 hours away from a shutdown as Congress scrambles to pass budget bills. More deadlock between the House and Senate is expected to stall passage of a temporary budget. Amy Lou is in Washington with why both chambers can't agree.
Well, the Senate's version of the short-term budget extension includes spending priorities that House Republicans refuse to agree to. That's despite struggling to find their own alternative.
The motion is agreed to.
The Senate pushing on with its plan, keeping current spending levels intact, providing $6 million each to Ukraine and U.S. disaster aid.
Things are coming down to the wire. As I've said for months, Congress has only one option to avoid a shutdown: bipartisanship.
Senate lawmakers uniting to approve funding through mid-November as longer-term negotiations continue.
At the end of the day, we'll get it all.
But House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is going his own way, pushing his version with cuts to government funding and boosted security at the southern border. But the House moving instead, passing 3 long-term spending bills for the Defense, Homeland Security, and State Departments, but failing to pass a 4th on agriculture programs, none helping avoid a shutdown.
We knew that September 30th was coming for a long time. We should have been talking in July about a continuing resolution. It doesn't have to be done on the eve of a shutdown.
A final vote on the short-term budget extension could happen in the Senate as soon as today. The House will also be voting on its own version, but the measure may not have enough votes to pass. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou.
Thank you, Amy. In Commitment 2024 news, former President Donald Trump has announced plans to skip the third GOP debate. Trump has stated he does not see the point of participating in the GOP debates, having skipped the first one in favor of a sit-down interview with Tucker Carlson and the second to meet with current and former UAW union workers in Michigan. It's still unknown if Trump will participate in a possible programming alternative. The third GOP debate will take place November 8th in Miami, a day after our state holds off-year elections. State Representative Tim Moore will not seek re-election to his House seat in 2024. Moore has served as House Speaker for 10 years, making him the longest-serving Speaker. He was first elected to the legislature in 2002. Moore has not yet said if he will seek a higher office, but is already widely considered a possible congressional candidate for next year. Stoneville residents now have a new place to meet and mingle with one another at the city's new Outreach Center. A ribbon cutting was held yesterday, as you see here, to open up the new Sharon Community Outreach Center. The historic building was once the town's elementary and middle school. It has a conference room inside, a gym, event space where more than 400 people can gather, and a commercial kitchen. The executive director for the center tells us this comes 13 years in the making.
Oftentimes, because there are no spaces for large meetings, people in Western Rockingham County have to commute either to Reidsville or to Eden. We're hoping to bring some of their attention to Stoneville and Western Rockingham County, and this space will be able to do that. So today is
And the next step will include upgrading the full 5 acres of land into a soccer field, playground, outdoor shelter, and a walking trail. We head to Greensboro now, where the city will receive more than $4 million to upgrade NOCO Park. That grant money will come from the Outdoor Rec Center Legacy program. It will be used for several upgrades, including new restrooms, a new playground, a covered basketball pavilion, an amphitheater, and seating and lighting throughout the park as well. So should be a great time and definitely a great day to visit parks and other festivals and things going on in our area.